After an American breakfast of blueberry pancakes and juice, Burmese democracy activist Aung San Suu Kyi began her first day in the United States with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Among her first stops, Aung San Suu Kyi visited VOA headquarters and spoke about the easing of U.S. trade restrictions imposed years ago against Burma's oppressive military government.
There have been many claims that sanctions have hurt Burma economically, but I do not agree with that point of view, because if you look at reports, they make it quite clear that the economic impact on Burma has not been that great. But I think the political impact has been very great, and that has helped us in our struggle for democracy.
In July, U.S. companies began investing in Burma again, as President Barack Obama continued easing sanctions after the military government began showing tolerance for a budding democracy. 2 years ago, officials released Aung San Suu Kyi from house arrest after nearly 20 years. Then earlier this year, she and members of her party won parliament seats. Speaking to the VOA Burmese service, the Nobel laureate said her party is participating in the political debate.
So how can it be a rubber stamp parliament? We ourselves are members of the parliament.
But she warns that the country's constitution allows the army to take over government if it deems it necessary. As to the ethnic conflicts within Burma, Aung San Suu Kyi says her country needs to understand how to negotiate compromise. Earlier in the day, she was honored with a Global Vision Award from the Asia Society and complimented by the U.S. Secretary of State.
She has proven herself to be a natural, campaigning hard, legislating well, and staying focused on what can be done right now and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow to move her country forward.
The democracy activist agrees that is the key, not only the speed of making democratic changes, but knowing the correct sequence of those changes.
We are not yet at the end of our struggle, but we are getting there. We have passed the first hurdle, but there are many more hurdles to cross.
For the next 17 days, Aung San Suu Kyi travels across the United States from the East Coast to the West Coast, including a stop in Fort Wayne, Indiana, America's Midwest, home to the country's largest Burmese community. Carolyn Persutti, VOA News, Washington.